Guys, we're gonna look up how presidents died. Now, I know the first president. His name was George Washington. Okay, he was born in February 22, 1732 in Westmoreland County, VA. He died on December 14th, 1799 in George Washington's Mount Vernon, Mount, and whatever it says. But now let's get with it. George Washington was an American founding father, politician, military officer, and farmer who served as the first president of the United States from 1789 to 1797. Now let's look up the cause of death. Okay, he died of epiglottitis. Okay, I'm not gonna read all that. Let's just stop at comment. But yeah, a dangerous condition that happens when the small flap that covers the windpipe swells and blocks airflow into the lungs. Epiglottitis has many possible causes. This includes some bacteria, viruses, burns from drinking hot liquids, and throat injuries. The bacteria, influenza, I think, type B Hib, used to be a common. Yeah, I'm gonna read the rest of that. But that's what George Washington died of. Okay, now let's go into the second president, which was John Adams. Okay, so here's John Adams, the second president, the second U.S. president. He was born on October 30th, which is on Halloween. He was born on October 30th, 1735, in Braintree, MA, and died on July 4, 1826, Quincy, MA, which is cool because he died on Independence Day, which he was like one of the main authors of the Declaration of Independence. But now let's read. John Adams was American statesman, authority, diplomat, writer, and founding father who served as the second president of the United States from 1797 to 1801. Before his presidency, he was a leader of the American Revolution that achieved independence from Great Britain. He was 90 years old, and his wife was Abigail Adams. We're not gonna read congestive heart failure, but we are gonna read some for the next one. But yeah, that's what he died of. Now I don't know the third president, so I'm gonna do third president. Okay, Thomas Jefferson. Okay, it was Thomas Jefferson. Okay, Thomas Jefferson. Okay, Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president. He was born on April 13th, 1743, in Shadwell, VA, and died on July 4, 1826, VA. Well, that's cool, because John Adams and Thomas Jefferson now died on the same day. But now let's get to it. Thomas Jefferson was an American statesman, planter, diplomat, lawyer, and architect, and founding father who served as the third president of the United States from 1801 to 1809. He was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence. He was 83 years old. We don't know his death. And now let's do cause of death. He does not show, but yeah. What finally killed him? It was a combine exhaustion, I think, from intense from a kidney infection, from kidney damage, and finally, whatever, old age pneumonia. So that's what he died of, and hoped you enjoyed the video. Now, it's me, Larry, and goodbye! Yes, it's me, Larry, and today we are looking up a president and how they died. Now, you remember this in featured of probably a live stream or a different video, but this video, this is an actual president video, so make sure to like and subscribe. And now let's get into our first president, and that is James Madison, which is our first president of America. He was born on March 16th, 1751, and died June 28th, 1836. He died in he was born in whatever groove. James Madison, whatever station, I think. James Madison was an American statesman, diplomat, and founding father who served as the fourth president of the United States from 1809 to 1817. Madison was popularly exclaimed as the father of the Constitution for his role in drafting and promoting the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights. Okay, he died of a congestive heart failure. First, his wife was Dolly Madison. Let me look her up. Photo? Well, that's interesting. And now let's get into the congestive heart failure. Okay, let's just stop at, well, this is not that long, so a chronic condition in which the heart doesn't pump blood as well as it should. Heart failure can occur if the heart cannot pump whatever or fill whatever. If the heart cannot pump or fill whatever. Symptoms include shortness.
Son, you were sweating like.
Symptoms include shortness of breath, swollen legs, and rapid heartbeat. Treatments can include eating less salt, limiting fluid intake, and medications. In some cases, or pacemaker may be implanted. So that's what James Madison died of. Now it's time for our fifth president, James Monroe, who was our fifth president and another founding father of the United States. All pictures of James Monroe kind of speculate on this photo. Look at that. That looks similar. This looks similar. So a lot of photos replicate this photo. But he was born on April 28, 1758, and died on July 4, 1831. Now he's another person who died on Independence Day. He was another person who died on Independence Day. But he was born in Monroe Hall. He was born in Monroe Hall, VA, and died on New York, NY. And now let's get to him. James Monroe was an American statesman, lawyer, diplomat, and founding father who served as the fifth president of the United States from 1817 to 1825. A member of the Democratic Republican Party. Okay, he died of tuberculosis. Serious infectious bacterial disease that mainly affects the lungs. The bacteria that causes TB are spread when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Most people infected with the bacteria that cause tuberculosis don't have symptoms when symptoms do occur. Most people infected with the bacteria that causes tuberculosis don't have symptoms. When symptoms do occur, they usually include cough, sometimes blood-tinged, weight loss, night sweats, and fever. Treatment isn't always required for those without symptoms. Patients with active symptoms will require a long course of treatment involving multiple antibiotics. Yeah. So that's what our fifth president died of. Now let's get to John Quincy Adams. Yeah, John Quincy Adams. Okay. So yeah. This is the sixth president of the United States. And this is the first president. This is the first son of a president to become a president. And yep, his father, John Quincy Adams' father was our second president, John Adams. Now, he was born in Braintree, MA, born on July 11th, 1767, and died on February 23rd, 1848. He died in Washington, D.C. John Quincy Adams was the sixth president of the United States, serving from 1825 to 1829. 1825 to 1829. He previously served as the 8th United States Secretary, of State from 1817 to 1825. Okay. The cause of death was a stroke. Let's read it. Also called whatever. Okay, damage to the brain from eruption, of its blood supply. Stroke is a medical emergency. Symptoms of stroke include trouble walking, speaking, and understanding, as well as paralysis, or numbness of the face, arm, or leg. Early treatment with medications with TPA, clot buster, can minimize brain damage. Other treatments focus on limiting complications, and preventing additional strokes. So that's why John Quincy Adams died off. And I don't, Proximity looked him up. Okay, he was the seventh president of the United States, Andrew Jackson. Okay, he was born on March 15th, 1767, and died on July 8th, 1845. He was born March 15th. Yeah, I already read that. I think you can read that if I forgot. Whatever. He was born in Waxhawks, and died in Nashville, TN. Andrew Jackson was the seventh president of the United States, serving from 1829 to 1837. Before his presidency, he gained fame as a general in the U.S. Army and served in both houses of the U.S. Congress. Okay, he also died of heart failure. But yeah, I'm not going to read that again because I already read that. Martin Van Buren. Yeah, we can just go to this guy because he's a president of America. But he was born on December 5th, 1782, and died on July 24th, 1862. He was born in Kinderhook, NY, and he died in the same place, Kinderhook, NY. Martin Van Buren was the 8th president of the United States, serving from 1837 to 1841. A primary founder of the Democratic Party, he served as New York's authority I think, General and U.S. Senator. Oh my word. I'm not gonna read all of that. Anyway, he died of asthma.
Turning off the phone.
Asthma. Okay.
In the meantime, I still have time to fold. At least I'll fold the towels.
Also called bronchial asthma. Okay. A condition in which a person's airway becomes inflamed, narrow, and swell, and produce extra mucus, which makes it difficult to breathe. Asthma can be minor, I think, or it can be interfere, I think, with daily activities. In some cases, it may lead to a life-threatening attack. I'm not going to read the rest. But I'm not going to read the rest until probably tomorrow. But that is how Martin Van Buren died. Now, I don't know the 9th president also, so I'm going to have to look up 9th president. Okay, William Henry Harrison. No, not William McKinley, not Woodrow Wilson. William Henry Harrison. William Henry Harrison, 9th U.S. President. He was born on February 9th, 1773, and he was born on, I think it's Berkeley Plantation, VA, and then he died on April 4th, 1841, in Washington, D.C. William Henry Harrison was an American military officer and politician, I think, who served as the 9th President of the United States from March 4th to April 4th, 1841, the shortest presidency in U.S. history. He died of pneumonia. He was 68 years old. Okay. And yeah, here I, ooh. Okay. Now, let's go to pneumonia. Pneumonia. Yeah, but, oh well. Hold up a minute. I'm also going to stop at breathing. So, infection that inflames air sacs in one or both lungs, which may fill with fluid with pneumonia. The air sacs may fill with fluid or pus. The infection can be life-threatening to anyone, but particularly, I think, to infants, children, and over 65. Symptoms include cough with whatever or pus, heat, fever, chills, and difficulty breathing. I'm gonna read the. Oh, it's not that short actually. Antibiotics can treat many forms of pneumonia. Some forms of pneumonia can be prevented by vaccines. So that's how William Henry Harrison died. What about John Tyler? Okay, John Tyler. He died of a stroke. We already read that. He was born on March 29th, 1790, and he died on January 18th, 1862. And he was born on Greenway Plantation, Charles City, VA. And he died on January 18th, 1862. And on March 29th, 1790, he was born, and he died on January 18th, 1862, on Richmond, in Richmond, VA. John Tyler was the 10th President of the United States, serving from 1841 to 1845, after briefly holding office as the 10th Vice President in 1841. Okay. And his party was a Whig party. That's kind of weird. Anyway, let's go to James Polk, who was the 11th president of the United States. He was born on November 2, 1795, in Pine Valley, I think, NC, and died on June 15th, 1849, in Nashville, TN. James Knox Polk was the 11th president of the United States, serving from 1845 to 1849. He also served as the 13th Speaker of the White House of Representatives, I think. Oh well, from 1835 to 1839, and the 9th Governor of Tennessee from 1839 to 1841. He died on June 15th, 1849, and was born on November 2, 1795, actually. He died of cholera. Well, that's short, but... So, yeah. A bacterial disease causing severe whatever, usually spread in water. Cholera is fatal if not treated the right way. Key symptoms and whatever, rarely shock and seizures, I think, may occur in severe cases. Treatment includes whatever, IV fluids, and antibiotics. So that's what James Polk died of. Now I don't know the 12th president, so 12th U.S. president. Oh, okay, it was Zachary Taylor. Now let's look Zachary Taylor up. Okay, he was born on November 24th, 1784, in Orange County, VA, and died on July 9, 1850, Washington, D.C. So that was like 5 days after Independence Day. Okay, he was 65 years old. He died of stomach virus. Ooh. Anyway, an intestinal infection marked by whatever cramps, whatever vomiting or fever. Stomach flu is typically spread by contact with an infected person or through contaminated food or water. Whatever cramps, whatever vomiting, and low-grade fever are common symptoms. Avoiding contaminated food and water and washing hands often can help prevent infection. Rest and whatever and are the mainstays of treatment. So that is how Zachary Taylor died. Now let's go to Millard Fillmore. Okay, he was the 13th U.S. President of America. He was born on January 7th, 1800, in Summerhill, NY. He died on March 8th, 1874. And now let's get to reading. Millard Fillmore was an American politician and lawyer who served as the 19th President of the United States from 1850 to 1853. The last president to have been member of the Whig Party while in office. He died of a stroke. We're not going to read it because we already read it, but yeah. Now let's get to the 14th president. Now we're going to get to the 14th president, which is Franklin Pierce. Okay, guys, I got him. Okay, here he is. Okay, bro, is this a real photo? I mean, it looks like it. I'm going to call it real anyway. but he was born in November 23, 1804. He was born in Hills, whatever, NH, and he died on October 8th, 1869, and he died on Franklin Pierce House, Conard, NH. And now let's get to it. Franklin Pierce was the 14th president of the United States, serving from 1853 to 1857. A Northern Democrat who believed that the abolition movement was the threat to the nation's unity. Anti-slavery groups by signing the Kansas-Nebraska Act and enforcing the Fudge, Slave Act. Okay, he was 64 years old. Now let's get to this part. So, chronic liver damage from of causes leading to scarring and liver failure, and chronic abuse are frequent causes. Liver damage caused by can't be undone, but further damage can be limited. Mentality, I think. Patients may experience weakness and weight loss. During later stages, patients may develop yellowing of the skin, gastrointestinal bleeding, I think, swelling, and confusion. So that's what Franklin Pierce died of. Now let's get to the 15th president, James.
You say you want to see this?
Oh well, just don't. But yeah, I don't know why she keeps forgetting me. But yeah. So James Buchanan was the 15th U.S. president, and he was born on April 23rd, 1791. He was born in Cove Gap, PA, and died on June 1, 1868. And yeah, that's when he died. And he died inside President James Buchanan's Wheatland, I think, PA. James Buchanan Jr. was the 15th president of the United States, serving from 1857 to 1861. Buchanan also served as the Secretary of State from 1845 to 1849 and represented Pennsylvania in both houses of the U.S. Congress. Now, his party was the Democratic Party, and he died of respiratory But yeah. Respiratory failure results from gas exchange by the respiratory system, meaning that the oxygen, I think, carbon, I think, or both cannot be at normal levels. A drop in the oxygen carried in the blood is known as a rise in carbon levels called hypercapnia, I think. But that is what James Buchanan died of. And now I don't know the 16th president, so I'm gonna have to look him up. Okay, it was Abraham Lincoln. Oh my. Okay, this is Abraham Lincoln. He was the 16th U.S. president. Okay, he was born February 12th, 1809, in whatever county, I think. Yeah, that's county. KY. Died April 15th, 1865 in Peterson House, Washington, D.C. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States, serving from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. Now I know what an assassination is, but I'm gonna still read it. Assassination is the willful killing by a sudden, secret, or planned attack of a person, especially if permitted, I think, or important. It may be whatever, military, politic, or other motives. And now let's get to the last president of this video, if we can make it. Andrew Johnson, the 17th president of the United States, who was born in December 29th, 1808, in whatever NC. He died on July 31st, 1875, in Elizabethton, I think, TN. And now let's read. Andrew Johnson was the 17th president of the United States, serving from 1865 to 1869. He assumed that the presidency following the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, as he was vice president at the time. He died of a stroke. And that's all for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And it is me, Larry. And hope you enjoyed this president video. Now, goodbye.